Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Eman Education System Maymar campus. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is Mathematics class grade 9 chapter number 7 matrices. Today we will learn about intro of matrices, elements of matrices, order of matrices, position of matrices, and type of matrices. 1, 3, minus 5, 8. This is just a row of 4 numbers, and this can be represented in different ways. We can write it as an arrow of number horizontally like this: 1, 3, minus 5, 8. Or we can write as an array of number vertically like this: 1, 3, minus 5, 8. The first part, as you can see, has 1 row and 4 columns, and the second part has 4 rows and 1 column. There's another way in which we can write the first number, the second number in first row, and last 2 numbers in second row. All their 3 things are called matrices. Each of there is matrix. Just an arrangement of rows and columns. But how do we properly define it? We can say that a matrix is a rectangular arrangement. Rectangular arrangement of numbers, letters, or the characters, anything. A matrix is made up of rows and columns. The first matrix has 1 row and 4 columns, but the second matrix has 4 rows, 1 column, and the third one has 2 rows and 2 columns. Rectangular arrangement of rows and column. This is known as matrix. Let's create a matrix with 3 rows, 2 columns. Yes, 3 rows, 2 columns. Matrices are using name by capital letter. We can call this matrix A. Here we will discuss 3 things about every matrix. 3 things: element, order, and position of an element. Element, order, position of an element. Element is a component of matrix. Here we have 6 elements of matrix. 3, 1, minus 2, 4, minus 1, 6. Element of matrix not only number, it could be letters or character. So the element arranged in rows and columns make up a matrix. Order. Here we have 3 rows and 2 columns. 3 rows, 2 columns. Then the order of this matrix is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is the order of given matrix A. First we have to write number of rows, then number of columns. Position of an element. Every element have a unique position. We look at the row where it is placed. Then the column. row and column. First we look row and then column. 1/1th element means we have to look row 1 and then column 1. This is the row 1 and column 1. The number is 3. 1/2th element and the position of 1/2th, 1th row and 2nd column. The number is 1 and so on. 3/2th element, 3rd row and 2nd column. The number is 6. 1st row, then column. Order of a matrix A. First we write number of rows, then number of column. If we write 2 into 3, this is the cross. Because first we have to write rows, then column. Let's do an example. 1, 5 minus 2. First we have to find order, then 1/3 element and 2/1th element. Pause the video and try to give answer. Okay. A. Order. This matrix A have 1 row and 3 columns. In order, first we write row, then column. The order of matrix is 1/3. B. 1/3 element mean first row and 3rd column. The place of first row and 3rd column is -2. C. 2/1th element, 2nd row, 1st column. But here we have only 1 row. We have not 2nd row. Then this does not exist. Okay, quickly review what we have learned today. Order. If we have m rows and column, we can write it m by n. Because m is row and n is column. Position. First we write row and then column. Now, here we will discuss about type of matrices. We have different type of matrices. Number 1 is rectangular matrix. If the number of rows and columns are not equal, is called rectangular matrix. For example, in matrix A, we have 2 rows and 1 column. And in B, we have 2 rows and how many columns are there? 3. Number C is we have 3 rows and only 2 columns. Now, number of rows and columns are not equal. These type of matrices are called rectangular matrix. Column matrix. If a matrix has only 1 column, is called column matrix. Like this, A is 7/1. It have only 1 column, and in B is also have only 1 column. This type of matrix is called column matrix. Next is row matrix. If a matrix has only 1 row, is called row matrix. M is a matrix and it have only 1 row. This is known as row matrix. Square matrix. If the number of rows and columns are equal, because in square all sides are equal, then in matrix, if the number of rows and columns are equal, is known as square matrix. Like this. Here we have, in A, we have 2 rows and 2 columns. And in matrix B, we have 3 rows and 3 columns. This type of matrix is called square matrix. Next is diagonal matrix. A square matrix with all its elements 0 except element in the leading diagonal. Means all the elements are 0, but diagonal have some elements. These are known as diagonal matrix. In this matrix, all the matrices are 0. All the elements are 0, but in diagonal 1, 8, 4 are the elements. These are known as diagonal matrix. Scalar matrix. A diagonal matrix, all of whose diagonal elements are equal. Means we have a diagonal matrix and it have same element and all are zeros. Next is null matrix or zero matrix. A matrix, all of elements are 0. Means we have no element. We have all elements are 0. These type of matrix is called zero matrix or null matrix. All the elements of matrix are 0. Unit matrix, a diagonal matrix whose elements are 1. It is also called identity matrix and is denoted by I. A diagonal matrix means in diagonal we have 1 and all the elements are 0. These are known as unit matrix or identity matrix. I hope you understand all the things. Now this is your home task. Do exercise 7.1, question number 1, 2 from page number 158, 159. Jazakallah.